Bangkok plans to be the Venice of the East once again. It is, however, ranked in the world number 2 as one of the best digital nomad cities. And lastly, don't flick your hair at people on the train. It's rude. We've been told. That's all coming up on today's Good Morning Thailand.
Today's show is brought to you by Thaiger Property for all your real estate needs in Thailand. Link in the description below.
Hello and welcome to Good Morning Thailand. This show is brought to you by Natty Warisa.
Good morning, everyone.
And I will be your host for today. My name is Jay. Welcome to Good Morning Thailand. You can skip to the part where we briefly and occasionally talk about news using the timestamps after the live video. As for now, I'd like to welcome all the live viewers, all the members. Thank you for joining us on this slightly bright Thursday morning. Natty, you were out and about yesterday.
Are you Canadian now? A boot? Yes.
Canadian or Scottish, but you were out on an event yesterday.
I was. So we've been talking about the Global Summit of Women 2022 for a while, and we all know that it starts today, actually 23rd to 25th. However, yesterday I got invited to the pre-summit tour at Icon Siam, and oh boy, was that a feast for me. I was in Disneyland.
Yeah.
Jason was also slightly annoyed because I was dancing around so much. He's like, can you stop that right now?
Yeah, you were sending me clips and it had really powerful, like, chariots of fire.
Yes.
Instrumental music.
Yeah, it was really, how do you call it? Some participants actually cried at the event because it was just so overwhelmingly beautiful. The water fountains and all of that. So I'm going to let Chai show some of the footage right now.
Okay.
There were about 100 delegates that joined the pre-summit tour yesterday, and luckily I had the opportunity to even have a little interview with Siam Piwat's CEO Kun Chada Tip herself, and I learned that one of the requirements when creating a brand for her is that whatever she builds, it needs to serve as a source of reputation and pride for Thailand. In other words, everything that she builds must not only be a landmark in Thailand, but rather a global destination itself. So Icon Siam hosts tons of international events, and they just don't just host an event, they go really big and hard.
Yeah.
So yesterday there was a lovely traditional Thai dance parade to welcome the international guests to the building, followed by a multimedia water feature show, and then they were invited to the Suk Siam area where all the amazing Thai food was presented there as a street food style, and also had a mini floating market area indoors as well. So I would say if you've never been to Thailand before and you kind of are not too fond of the heat, seriously, you can just go visit Icon Siam because that encompasses everything Thailand right there. But for me, the number one absolute highlight was the Icon Craft. When we went up to the 4th and 5th floor, they had about 10 mini booths where participants can pick and choose whatever handcrafts they wanted to join in. There were some jewelry making stations, Thai weaving stations, painting stations, but the two that I visited yesterday was the potpourri and the Thai kakatoon station. Can I just show you? So Chai, if you're still running the footage, you can stop it right there because I want to show you what I made yesterday from the handcrafts. So this was from the potpourri station. This is actually something that I made when I was really young in elementary school, and I completely forgot this old traditional handcraft. So what they do is they put potpourri in here, and when you fan yourself, you can actually get the beautiful aroma that comes with this.
What's a potpourri?
Oh, it's like this lovely scent of dried flowers.
Okay.
So these are scented flowers. Maybe we can even you can have a sniff and you can tell me how it smells like.
Okay.
Yeah.
This, so Good Morning Thailand has now become a crafts
Sorry,
show.
I get really excited when I talk about crafts like this.
Okay.
Wait, I need to smell it. Oh, smells good.
Sure. It does smell very refreshing.
Yeah.
It smells like rose petals.
You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are rose petals in there. And the other station that I
There's
visited.
now footage of me waving a purple rose-smelling fan out
Very
on the
feminine.
internet forever.
And I also made this little keychain as well.
Is that for me?
Yes. Oh, hi people on Facebook. I was just notified by the crew that we are now live on Facebook as well. So we went to Icon Siam, or I did and Jason did, and we made this little keychain as well. This is also a very Thai thing, very colorful as you can see.
And
yeah.
you can now purchase this for 50,000 baht.
Yes, because I made it.
No. Wow.
Yeah.
A lot. You got up to quite a bit yesterday.
Yes.
It is a 3-day event, so you'll be going there again today and
On Saturday.
And we'll have a more detailed video coming out later on Monday next week. As for now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the top headlines of Thailand. That's why I gave you an early warning that you can use the timestamps and skip to the part where we briefly talk about news. But not the live viewers, because they love the chat.
You do. Come on.
They do. All right. Bangkok's planning to become the Venice of the East. Again. For regular viewers, you might be well aware that I have spoken about this probably for about more than a year now. But the new governor, Kun Chachat, yesterday met with the Federation of Thai Industries president to plan a grand project to turn the Hua Lamphong Canal into an example of the Venice of the East, an oft-mentioned nickname for Bangkok in the past. For those of you unaware, Bangkok used to be called the Venice of the East because of its use of canals. However, I don't think the canals were ever as beautiful as Venice itself. But
How dare you? Well, it does smell a little bit funny now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. I feel like Bangkok needs to get away from this nickname. Why do they keep trying to push this Venice of the East kind of narrative? Bangkok is so beautiful in its own way. We've got our own beautiful Thai culture and all these amazing things that people could see. Why don't we just be the Bangkok of the East?
The Bangkok. Yeah, I agree.
We should be known as the Bangkok of the East, not anything else.
I totally agree. I don't really particularly agree when they try to compare Thailand to something else. Like even when we went to Surat, like some parts of it they called like Guilin Mueang Thai, which is like Guilin is a part of China, right? That has a similar landscape. But why do we have to say like this part looks like Guilin? No, it looks like Thailand. It looks like Surat Thani. That's what it looks like. Yeah. Anyhow.
Embrace and accept yourself for who you are.
Yes.
But for now, Kun Chachat has selected Hua Lamphong Canal in the Klong Thai district out of Bangkok's 1,126 canals. This first one has been picked to kick off the project. We've got to start somewhere. The canal is about 1 kilometer long and connects the Chao Phraya River. And the city chief says the canal will act as a model for other canal resurrections in Bangkok. It will be a very long project because, like I said, there are 1,126 canals in total, and we're starting with number 1. But to realize the Venice of the East Stream, over 5,000 factories in Bangkok need to follow the new greener environmental policies. And if we're being completely transparent and honest, currently, although city officials have promised better enforcement of canal polluters, there have been very few improvements, and the rubbish is still thrown and pumped into the klongs. And if you see any pictures of the klongs or videos on YouTube, you will realize that you do not want to touch that water or accidentally fall into it because it is
Deadly.
toxic. Yes,
Yes.
it's toxic. So yeah, Nettie, what do you think about this project about cleaning up the canals? Well, I think cleaning up the canals, great. This whole Venice of the East, making it a tourist spot, we can just have amazing, beautiful canals, and it could be Bangkok canals.
Actually, they do have a canal that was cleaned up specifically to make it into a more touristy area. It's called Klong Ong Ang. So if you've never been to that one, highly recommend. Beautiful place. It has murals. It has tons of street art even. Like there's magicians, there's painters,
Yeah.
people who draw caricatures. So I can only imagine that this new project is going to be something similar to that. I love the concept. I love anything artsy. I love vibrancy where people can go and just hang out, have a good time. And also, not to mention, let's get rid of the not so nice smells in the canals, because sometimes when I walk around the Klong San Tsep, which is right next to the Asok area, in the morning when there are no how do you call it, boat taxis coming through yet, oh boy, it smells kind
Oh,
of
I see.
nasty.
Oh, no.
So yeah, let's take care of that.
All right.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got some important news regarding frauds. Now, police have arrested a fraudulent Japanese restaurant owner at Suvarnabhumi Airport trying to flee the country after he stole a lot of money from a lot of people in Thailand. Natty, you've got more news on this.
Yeah, so yesterday, the Thailand's CIB, or Central Investigation Bureau, arrested the owner of Daruma Sushi. It's a famous Japanese restaurant chain at Suvarnabhumi Airport. And the owner, Kun Metha, returned to Thailand yesterday after having fled to Dubai on June 16th, after he received over 500 complaints from unhappy customers and staff. Now, the police said Metha caused damages equating to more than 100 million baht. I was so shocked that my voice also disappeared. Yeah. More than 100 million baht to customers and employees. Now, the story has it that thousands of vouchers have been sold. They were e-vouchers for just 199 baht each, and it was allegedly reduced from 500 baht. And because the vouchers were so great in value, right? So people were buying tons of them. And after people bought many of them, Kun Metha decided to shut down all 27 Daruma sushi restaurants and then fled the country. But luckily, the police were waiting for him at the airport, and then they arrested him. Now, people might say that, it's only 199 baht, just let it go. But because the deal was so good, some people even purchased the e-vouchers up to 200 baht. I mean, they purchased 2,000 of those vouchers. So that's a lot of money lost. And it was said that the e-vouchers were used instead of the paper ones because it was easier to kind of destroy the evidence. So he knew what he was doing. He knew that he was going to do some fraudulent act. So not too sure why people think that they can get away with such a huge crime. I'm glad he didn't get away from it, though, and now he's captured. And hopefully he will return the money to the people who actually lost money buying those e-vouchers.
I don't really understand. If he stole 100 million baht and fled to Dubai, why did he then decide to fly back?
I don't know. Maybe he's like, oops, I forgot my pants, and he just came back and got them. I have no idea.
Because he wasn't extradited. He just decided to travel back.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well. Well, we're glad that this man is caught, and hopefully all those people who lost a lot of money can somehow find that money back to them.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right.
You didn't buy any vouchers, did you?
I did not know.
Okay, that's good. Sometimes not knowing is good.
Are you a fan of Japanese food? I mean, Thailand in general is obsessed with Japanese food.
Obsessed. I love Japanese food.
The world's obsessed with Japanese food, but Thailand in particular.
Yes.
There are a lot of sushi restaurants, especially in the Asok area. Asok, Nana is like a very vibrant Japanese restaurants, culture, people.
Yeah, I think Prompong and Tongla area, that's where a lot of Japanese expats reside.
Okay.
So there's tons of Japanese restaurants there. So look out for anything that is not Daruma sushi, and you'll get some good deals.
All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, a quick update before we go to the break. Expect more wind and rain in most of Thailand. Did you know, Natty, that the country's meteorological department announced that thunder showers and storms are expected across the country today with isolated rains and gusty winds? That's right. It's I was going to name all the places, but there's quite a few places. It's north of Thailand, central of Thailand, and in the south of Thailand. Basically, the entire country. So be careful out there, ladies and gentlemen, because the west coast of southern Thailand, especially because of the thunder showers, will have very heavy rains, and the waves can actually be up to 2 meters long during the thunderstorm and the showers. So Thailand's monsoon season has already started. And it's wreaked havoc on parts of the country. In Bangkok, we don't really get to realize this, but coastal areas in particular. And yesterday's areas of Pattaya actually had serious damage and flooding. Glass panels knocked out by fierce winds. They fell from buildings. Several cars were damaged in central Pattaya. And the floods are really affecting in certain areas as well. So be careful out there, ladies and gentlemen. It is the monsoon season. And stay dry.
Gotta get those rain boots out again.
Rain boots. It's the rain boots time.
Yeah.
And with the monsoon season, I'm sure we're going to be having more stories and issues with flooding, even in Bangkok, coming soon. But for now, we're going to take a quick break. Once we come back from the break, we're going to be talking about commuters being told not to flick their hair on the train. You might find it funny, but there must be a reason behind it. As well as Bangkok, the number 2 world's destination for digital nomads. We'll be back right after this.
Good Morning Thailand gets up to 80,000 viewers per week, and we'd like to weaponise our audience for you.
That's right. So if you have a business or property or even your house that you'd like to sell,
Private yacht?
yeah, we could be in space.
I'm not sure about space.
Well, all you have to do is contact us on info@thethaiger.com and you can hire us up to a day or even a week and we'll go to your property and do the show live.
Good Morning Thailand, coming your way.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Good Morning Thailand, and I stand corrected. Thank you, Scott Shellcross. Waves were at 2 meters high, not long. Thank you for that correction. All right.
Why?
You're watching Good Morning Thailand. That's
Yeah.
Natty.
Hi.
Love the hair, Natty.
I was trying to fix my hair because I saw myself in the thingy,
Yes.
and there was like a lump
In the
here.
thingy? In the laptop, you
In my
mean?
laptop
I
when I
see.
see myself live chat. Now it's sticking everywhere, but
Very
oh well.
nice. Well, for now, I would like to thank Kay Jensen and Doug Prosser. Thank you for being Thaiger members. We appreciate your support. Natty, say thank you.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I'm still looking at my hair.
We appreciate all the members and all the support,
Yes.
as well as everyone watching us live. There's 321 people watching us live right now, only 60 likes. Please click the like button so we can buy some wax and oil for Nettie's hair.
Also, hi to those watching us on Facebook
Yes.
live.
How many people are watching us on Facebook right now?
16 people.
Oh, hi, 16 people.
16 people!
Not bad. This is probably our first time. Is it our first time on Facebook Live?
Yeah.
No, it's not the first
not?
time. But this is the first time you're addressing the people.
Oh no! So we've unknowingly
We've neglected the live Facebook viewers.
Shall we?
That is
Oh,
our
well.
fault. It's okay.
We shall try to be a bit more respectful. Anyways,
Yes.
for now, ladies and gentlemen, talking about Natty's hair, let's talk about people flicking hair on the train. What's all that about? Because commuters have been asked not to flick their hair on the BTS SkyTrain. Now, I thought that didn't need to be said. Like, I mean, what's the point of telling people to flick their hair? Because why would you flick your hair at people in the train? But like every story, there's a story.
Okay, so the BTS SkyTrain operator is asking cooperation from commuters with long hair to refrain from flicking their hair because there is a danger that it will hit the faces of other commuters, especially during rush hours. Now, this announcement obviously has been made after several commuters filed complaints about passengers flipping their hairs on the train and on occasion accidentally hitting the faces, eyes, or mouths of others. Yeah, that's pretty gross. Like, can you imagine someone flicking their hair into your mouth while you're talking? Like, hello. Wait, but that doesn't make sense because we're supposed to be wearing masks.
Yeah.
So somebody was breaking the law.
But it's still hitting someone's face. Yeah. Not everyone's wearing face shields, but I've never experienced that before. I mean, I've been in a crowded train before. I've never experienced a lady or man with long hair just flick his hair into my face.
I think that's because you're a mountain of a person and you're tall. So when people flick it, it probably just hits your chesticle areas.
Chesticle?
Yes.
What?
It's
You
a
mean my
flick-
chest?
Yes.
What
This
is a
area.
chesticle?
It's a chesticle.
Is that what it's really called, or did you just make that up?
I made that up.
Okay.
Anyhow, so commuters with long hair, hear this out, this is weird, are recommended to hold the end of their hair when they enter or walk past other commuters to maintain a friendly atmosphere while using public transportation, especially during rush hours where many people are forced to stand near each other, and some passengers revealed that they have experienced someone's hair being inside their mouths.
Oh, no.
What in the world is this news? It's quite interesting. But anyways, back in April, the BTS SkyTrain has asked passengers to avoid crossing their legs while sitting on the train during rush hours. I'm pretty sure you remember that story. And also bringing durians into the train is also not allowed. I don't know. This is a lot of, things
Yeah.
that people cannot do. I think it's probably better to tell people what they can do. So, like, you can stay in your own little personal space. So, I mean, with that rule said, people would hopefully not flick their hairs around or start, doing yoga.
I wonder how many complaints need to be lodged for then the BTS to come out and make this part of the news.
Yeah. I mean, there were probably a lot of leg crossers and a lot of people flicking their hair. What if they were flicking their hair and crossing their legs at the same time?
I know
throughout
it's
the whole
crowded
duration?
on a train, but you have to be ridiculously close to someone's back of their hair,
Yeah.
to like move and then get a face full of hair.
Should we demonstrate? I can pull my hair down.
No, we're
okay.
good.
Okay.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, please be careful if you have long hair. And if you don't have long hair, then just watch out. All right. As for now, let's talk about one of the main topics of today, which is regarding Bangkok comes in at number 2 in world's best digital nomad cities. A study by a UK-based company, which is the Instant Group, has named Bangkok as the second best city in the world to work as a digital nomad. Other Asian cities include Seoul, Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, and Hong Kong. No surprise there. The only city to beat Bangkok is, take a guess.
กรุงเทพ
No, who came at number 1?
Phuket. What
No.
are you talking about?
So Bangkok was named as
Number 2. Okay.
number
which
2 in
one
the
was
world.
And it's not Singapore?
No,
Oh, shoot. Bali.
it's Lisbon
What?
in Portugal. That's
What?
right, ladies and gentlemen. And choosing the best cities for digital nomads, the Instant Group considered these factors: affordability, very good in Thailand. Weather, currently not so much. Broadband speed, pretty decent. Scenery, very nice. Transport, depending on which part of Bangkok in Thailand you live in, debatable. But yeah, Bangkok scored well in all these categories in general. And Thailand's main selling points earned it the number 2 spot in the world.
Ooh.
So congratulations to Bangkok. It has more than 15,000 high-speed Wi-Fi spots. Its transport options are quite decent. You've got the metro, you've got the SkyTrain, you've got the taxis in Bangkok, other major cities. If you're not in the major cities, then good luck, you know. But I guess digital nomads wouldn't necessarily choose to go and be in Isan.
Yeah, probably
But it was
not.
Bangkok in general that was chosen. So if you're in Bangkok, yes, it's very friendly to digital nomads. And yeah, the average cost for a night on an Airbnb is 1,174 baht. Quite affordable, I would suggest. But yes, it's still, even though Bangkok snagged second spot on the list, seeking a legitimate visa that supports the digital nomad lifestyle has been notoriously difficult in Thailand. However, last month, the Thai cabinet announced some changes in the 10-year-long visa, and it's now more realistic and easier than ever. So the LTR visa is aimed at 4 groups: wealthy foreigners, retirees, working foreigners, and specialists. So digital nomads can be classified as either working foreigners or specialists. So if you're a specialist or a working foreigner, you could be a digital nomad. I guess I'm a digital nomad.
No, you're not. You're employed here full time. What are you talking about? But I do see the appeal. Like, Bangkok is a great city to be in. If you want to go haiso, you can go haiso. If you want to eat like locals, you can eat like locals and use a lot less money. It's a really, there's an extreme range of what Thailand can offer. So that's
Why
good.
do you hurt me like this, Natty?
Why you want to be a digital nomad so much?
Yeah, sounds cool.
All right.
I'm a nomad. Yeah.
Yay.
But a digital nomad.
Yay.
But yes, anyways, to be a digital nomad, you must have an employment or service contract with a Thai or a foreign company. They must be able to provide proof of 5 years experience in the relevant industry. I do qualify to be a digital nomad. But yes, the cabinet also announced that they will halve the one-time fee for the LTR visa from 100,000 baht to 50,000 baht. That's pretty cool. So if you have a contract and proof of 5 years of a work experience, it is a pretty sweet deal that gets you a visa in Thailand for up to 10 years.
You still believe
if
you're
you're
a digital nomad.
Yeah, if you're a digital nomad out there like me, I qualify for one. I might not actually be one, but if you're actually a digital nomad, consider Bangkok as one of the best cities in the world to live and work in.
It's number 2.
As for now, we're going to end with a funny story, a more light-hearted story. Natty, are you ready?
I am very ready.
Guess what? Energy prices have been going up, People might be noticing that the electricity bill might have increased. In general, things just cost more due to inflation, bad economy. Well, the Department of Alternative Energy Development and Efficiency, it's got a solution for your rising energy prices.
Tell me more.
Do you cook at home, Nettie?
No.
But if you did cook at home,
Okay.
Guess
Yes.
what? Don't use gas.
Okay.
Because there's a gas hike right now. So the energy ministry has come out and said, don't use gas. Use a charcoal stove for cooking instead.
Oh, that was the suggestion? That was the help?
If prices are too high and, your electric stove or your gas stove is too expensive, use a charcoal stove.
See, this is where this potpourri fan comes in handy because you have to, those charcoal things, you have to kind of wave the fan around. Like, this is a very Thai traditional way of cooking.
Wow, I just smelled rose petals.
Yeah.
The department's official Facebook page yesterday uploaded a picture of a stove with a caption saying, "A charcoal stove is durable. It helps saves money and uses less charcoal and offers a lot of heat." Okay.
dear.
Well, the stove in the picture actually got a lot of flack on Facebook because people were like, "What the hell, man?"
Yeah.
Like, the problem is the rise in energy prices. Instead of addressing that and reducing that, you're giving me options like use a charcoal stove. And yeah, people were quite furious because one said this is a kindergarten project because the stove is actually built by the energy ministry. Yeah.
For reals. Okay.
Yes, the ones that they were trying to say, like, use the one we invented.
Yeah.
It does save you about 600 baht over the year. So it is cheaper. But I don't think people are going crazy for 600 baht, So these are some of the comments from Thai citizens around Thailand. Some people said, wow, what a kindergarten project regarding the charcoal stove. Please do something that looks like a government official, okay? Another comment included, the officers from Energy Ministry should try it first before,
Fair point.
Yeah, they were trying to make the point. Do you actually use charcoal stoves at home? And then they also said, should I go into the woods and start picking up some wood sticks? Yes, let's set a fire in my condominium. That wouldn't be very appropriate if you did try to use a charcoal stove, and try explaining that to your landlord. And why do we have to pay tax to hire these people? Those were some of the strong comments made against the energy ministry. But yes, gas prices have increased dramatically, ladies and gentlemen, from April to June this year, and the price of a 15-kilogram gas cylinder climbed from 363 baht. Sorry, from 318 to 363 baht per cylinder. The Energy Policy Administration Committee announced on June 15 that the price of gas will further increase starting in July by 1 baht per kilogram, and 15 kilograms cooking gas cylinder would cost 378 baht. So it increased from 318 to 363, and in July it will start costing 378. And in August the price is to be increased again by 15 baht, making the cost of a 15 kilogram cooking gas cylinder to 393. So that is a crazy increase. And guess what? It doesn't end there. Later on, after August, comes September, and in September it's expected to increase once again by 15 baht to 408 baht.
Wow.
So
We're gonna all get skinny because nobody can cook anymore.
I guess using charcoal cylinders will only take you a fair way, but perhaps they need to find a better and more plausible solution to this energy price hike.
Right. I think people in general understand the need to increase the price of things, but what people can't tolerate is the lack of consideration or just kind of taking the piss out of the situation, oh, you're complaining, here's a solution, and then you kind of give like a half-baked solution. Like, obviously that's not a real solution. You can justify why the prices are going up nicely in an adult fashion. People can understand that. I think that's more what people are outraged about. Like, why aren't you taking this a little bit more seriously?
Yes. Maybe more transparency.
Yeah.
Give us some statistics. Let's have a educated conversation on.
Exactly.
Even if it can't be reduced, let us know why it can't be reduced.
Yeah.
Sometimes people can't control the rise of prices. It is what it is. But yeah, giving a solution that will infuriate the people perhaps doesn't help. I'm sure in their minds they were trying to help and do the right thing, but it's completely backfired, unfortunately. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know your feedback on this story, on any of the stories we've spoken about today, so that we can address it, because guess what? The voice of God has been listening. rather watching your comments, and she will address it right after this break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
I am Natty. That's Jay. And
Yes.
the voice of God.
Before I hand it over to the voice of
whoops.
God, sorry, I got I got stuck on this one comment just before we came out of the break, which says, Billy says, Jay is very telegenic. I just wish he'd quit with the ladies and gentlemen shtick. Is it a shtick?
I thought it was just a nice way to address you people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What should I say? Lads and girls. Boys and girls?
Hey, guys.
Hey guys. All right. Thank you,
Dudes.
Billy. I will try to take it into consideration on how I can start my segments.
Yeah. Larry actually kept track of how many times you said it in the entire show.
Oh, really?
12 times.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He just kept updating the chat and then it got people curious, like, what are you doing? And it's
12
like, oh,
times?
Yeah. that
Okay,
you
then
said
there's,
that.
there's definitely something wrong if I've said it 12 times.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Larry.
Okay, when you guys were talking about Venice of the East, were you talking about the canals of Thailand?
Yes.
Okay, so Rusty Graves said Venice is actually as smelly as Bangkok. Paul Henry also said Venice canals are not beautiful. Actually, a lot of people in the chat were agreeing that the canals in Venice are not actually, they don't actually smell good.
Maybe that's why
looks good,
they're
but-
called Venice of the East, because they both smell and look the same.
Oh,
I don't
no.
know. Oh,
No.
Onyo.
But yes, I've actually heard a lot about this too. Maybe we should just
Go to Venice.
No.
Oh.
But yeah, Venice isn't as dreamy as it used to be. But yeah, but what do the viewers think? Should Bangkok's canals just be called Bangkok's canals? Why do we have to compare this to any other country in the world?
You
Yeah,
know-
that's what Wayne Hodgins said actually. Spot on, guys. Thailand is a beautiful country and Bangkok is Bangkok. It's heaps better than Venice, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree, because Thailand has a lot of rich culture, rich tradition, even with the canals itself. That's a history in itself. You know, back in the day, Thailand's main transportation was through the canals. So instead of calling just Bangkok canals, you can have the names of the canals, like that each, how do you call it, the soys of the streams come together. They can have their own names. I don't know, that's
But
just
there'll be like 1,000 names.
But that's so cute. So you can go like, hey, meet me at the Jay is not a digital nomad Klong Canal. And then we'll be like, that one,
Oh,
yeah,
so
the one
the
here.
365 out of 1,000 canals. Sure,
Yeah.
Natty.
That's why you give them names. Anyways, yes.
Okay.
Oh, Lucas said, ask, maybe fix the sewage system first. And then Ian Wallace from Facebook said it's better to clean the clongs first.
Yeah, you probably want to clean the clongs before people start walking along the canals, or not,
Yeah.
then you might faint.
Yeah. The Snives, our member, said you would need to train Thais not to pollute the canals.
Not pollute?
Pollute the canals,
That's
yeah.
true. That's true.
Ties as in the people living on the canals?
The living, no.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, or like just in general, because like there's so much litters.
Oh,
in the
yes. I mean,
canals.
yeah, we have a littering problem, but I've never personally seen someone just throw like a bottle in there, but it's coming from somewhere.
I have.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I addressed it yesterday. Like, we need to be educated from young
Yeah.
that, you know, public spaces are your places too. Don't just think, oh, it's not my house, therefore I can just trash it. Right?
Yeah.
Like, you have to take care of public spaces just as well as you do your own home.
Yeah, I think both ways, Andy. It's a very good point. Educate people to be a bit more responsible, and also I think the bank. This could be one of the tasks of the Bangkok governors to improve. Adding more dustbins
I was
everywhere.
thinking the same thing. That was gonna be my second point.
Like normally
Yeah.
you go to certain places, like certain cities, they're extremely clean because you don't even have to consider where you're going to throw it. Every 50 meters there's a bin, so you're not going to throw it on the ground.
True.
Because I'm like, I'm going to do the right thing. It's going to be right there anyways. I'm going to throw it there, and maybe that helps people because
I agree. Well, the reasons why the trash cans were removed from Bangkok, I think this was close to 10 years now, was because some naughty man put a bomb inside one of those trash cans and it exploded, like the public trash cans, and it hurt a couple people. So they thought like, how can we combat that? I know, let's remove all the trash cans in the whole entire country. So now there are no public trash cans anymore.
And that's why littering is much easier because they could just, there's no access to trash bins.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The only trash bins that I do see are in front of 7-Eleven. So now 7-Eleven is taking all the burden of the trash in the country to, kind of clean it up. Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's no... Yeah.
Ay. Anyhow.
I think like they could just put back the trash cans, but it's like clear,
Yeah.
You can see everything in the inside because it's usually like covered up. But anyways, PG Santa said that training is, the word train is a little bit like weird. We should just say educate. And
okay. Thank you.
So when you guys talked about the monsoon season, how it's flooding Thailand, Darm once said that it's been 2 days and in Rayong, like it's been raining. Yeah, that kind of sucks. The flipping hair on the BTS Skytrain topic. Bootney66, this was not even about the flipping hair in the BTS Skytrain, but Bootney66 said, "Let your hair down, Natty."
Oh, yeah, there's weird lumps on my head. I didn't do my hair well today. Oh well.
Alfred Jr. from Facebook said, "Natty is having a bad hair day."
It's true. It's true though.
Okay. Mandalik S. Rao said, "If the hair is smelling good, then maybe it's not a problem." Mackie, our member, said they could make long hair people wear a helmet. It's those kind of weird rules, like.
I like your suggestions.
I mean, yeah, if you do flip your hair and you get a nice smell of, I don't know, herbal essence or Pantene Pro V, it could even turn up to be an ad. Who knows?
Oh, that's such a good
That's an opportunity. It's an
Yeah.
opportunity. It's like, make fun of the new
Rule.
comments, be like, Pantene Pro V. You can flick your hair as long as it smells good using Pantene Pro V.
And then everybody in the train's like awake, like, wow, that was a nice scent.
Yeah.
Chiang Mike, our member, said, "Yikes, maybe this law is for preschoolers on the BTS train." I don't know why. But
You'd
while
be
you guys were
surprised.
discussing about this, Agent M. Martz said, "Natty is back on focus and looking more energetic like never before. I
that's
always
true.
love the combination of hashtag JNatty2022.
Natty 2022.
What a
alright.
worthy combination of blended talents."
Oh, thank you. Hey, can I do a gesture?
Okay.
Hashtag JNatty2022. Hey!
Oh, that works.
Yeah.
Oluka said the fact that hair flicking even became an issue addressed by anyone in the Thai government speaks volumes. And then Barry Wilson said the BTS should concentrate on getting the lifts working, not trivial stuff like hair.
Yeah.
There were issues with the lifts before, right?
Yes. You know that wheelchair video that I did? The lifts were locked. You had to phone someone to come and open up the lifts. And also one of the elevators didn't work. So that's not good for people with
You
disabilities.
actually dropped off on the other side of the
Yes.
road, and then you had to zebra cross your way
Yeah, zebra
while
roll myself.
not hit any cars because people was not even stopping for you at that
No,
time.
I thought like I'm gonna get an easy pass, man, because I'm in a wheelchair. But everybody's like, nope, we don't care if you're in a wheelchair or pregnant or being disabled. We're gonna drive on.
Yeah.
Oh well.
When you guys talked about Bangkok being number 2, what was
Digital
it? In
nomad
what?
city.
Oh. Well, PG Santa said that the list is worthless unless they consider the visa situation.
Ah, I see. Yeah, visas are a bit troublesome, I guess.
Costs
to get.
50,000 baht.
There's already a visa for digital nomads, right?
Yes, I mean we spoke about it a little bit. The LTR. But I mean, look, it's its own. It applies to specialists, and yes, it is. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, it is what it is. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I mean, should there be a better option? Absolutely. But is there? No.
Thailand Heron said Jay doesn't qualify if he reads the small print. You don't qualify as a digital nomad.
Why?
You have to read the small print and asterisks.
Okay.
Suan Chim said, "I used to think a digital nomad lived the perfect life. Now I'm not so sure. It's hard to focus on both work and leisure. And there are also home responsibilities like childcare and aging parents, etc.
Yeah.
€5 from Franco7 for Natty's bad hair day. Jay, buy her a comb.
Oh no, is it that bad?
Thank you
Jay,
very much,
thank
Franco.
you.
We shall definitely invest in a comb.
Thank you so much.
For
I'm sorry for
Natalie.
my bad hair day.
As for the suggestion to use a charcoal stove for cooking, David Boston said nothing more green than a charcoal cooker. And Gunnar Horpstad asked charcoal in the 15th floor. And Rit said this isn't the Stone Age. And Tech Symbol said pollution. Sadish Kumar said it could have been a much better suggestion had he asked the people to use induction stoves. It's clean and the most effective way of heating. And then Gordon Harriet from Facebook said charcoal is not cheap and it's a lot of work.
Yeah. Not to mention it gives off a very a very strong smell. Like when you wave it around, there's a lot of smoke.
Yeah, I don't think it's even good to inhale it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, that is it.
Well, yeah. Franco7 further says maybe an official The Thaiger comb for all. Sharing combs.
That's not. I don't.
That's equivalent.
Preferably
I don't find that
not,
comfortable,
Franco.
yeah.
Preferably not.
Okay. If you had a choice
Yes.
between sharing combs with people in the office or getting hit by somebody flicking their hair on the BTS 5 times, which one would you choose?
Preferably neither.
Okay.
But
you must choose.
Getting hit 5 times?
Yeah, by randos. Whereas you share the office with these
Well,
people.
I have very little hair, so I mean, I guess I don't mind using the comb ones.
Combs for
Yeah.
all. Thank you for the suggestion.
Okay. All right.
PG Santa asked if we have any update on when we will do something with Bangkok Community Help.
Oh, yes. So actually, I've already been in contact with Greg. I believe Greg and Friso were on
GMT last
I think,
week.
last week. Yeah. So I've already been in contact with Greg. They do hold an meeting or event once a month, and what's going to happen is that we're going to go to these communities and help the children out with life bags. We're also going to help with activities. I can actually yes, today we're actually planning to do a Thaiger Unfiltered. So ladies and gentlemen, if you can join us at about 2:30 or 3 p.m, we're going to do a Thaiger Unfiltered where I can give you more details on the Bangkok Community Help Fund and how we're going to be taking part in that event. Yes, but we've already been in contact, and I've already told Greg that the next time he goes out, we're going to go with him, and we're going to bring a film crew with us and shoot the event and let you know how exactly the situation is and what we're getting up to.
Okay. That is it.
Yay!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you've enjoyed the show thus far. And as for now, I'd like to say thank you, Natu.
Thank you very much, Jay.
Thank you, Carmel. Thank you,
you.
Shai, behind the buttons. And thank you to all the viewers. If you have enjoyed the show, almost 400 people watching, please click the like button. It really does help us with the algorithm and sharing the video to future Thaiger members
And Larry's
and
still
Thaiger family
counting.
members.
Larry
Have I
says
said-
13.
Oh no, Larry, stop it! You've made me self-conscious. Okay, I've got to ban myself from saying the word L and G for the next episode. Tomorrow's Friday, so it'll be a bit more Lumberjack Friday fun episode. I'm gonna try to not say ladies.
LNG.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to not say ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna try to find a more creative way to address you. As for now, I'd like to say thank you for everyone watching. Have a great Thursday, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.